Mr. Phiri. Can you confirm that that's your bank statement?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. And for now, Commissioners, I want us only to confine ourselves to the payment made on the 13th of May 2025 of 150,000 rand. There are other payments that we can deal with later. You will see that the reference to that payment is stationary refund. Chair, this transaction is recorded on Mr. Phiri's statement as well, and he explained that when he was in chief, that was a loan from a friend. And when I asked him the name of the friend, he said to us the name of the friend was one Willie Mashupie. Mr. Phiri, can you confirm that?
Yes, I did so. I did say that.
Thank you, Chair. Now, Chair, we had to go and try and find out and subpoena the banks to find out the source of the transaction. And Chair, I will refer you on file 4 to page 150 of file 4, 150. So what we have done, Chair, as indicated, we have subpoenaed the banks to get the source of this payment, because from the face of a bank statement, at times you cannot see who the money comes from. Now on page 150, you will see that we just dealing with one transaction, and that is the account of Mr. Phiri. And you will see on the third column the amount of 150, the third column the date of the payment, and that accords with the cross-reference of stationery when it says cross-reference to. And you will see that there's also what you call a matching account number. So that will be the account where this amount was made.
Suspended Tshwane Metropolis Department Officer Major Lebogang Phiri has pushed back against allegations that he unlawfully managed the allocation of ad hoc security services, insisting that his actions were carried out under instruction from senior officials. Appearing before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry on Thursday, Phiri maintained that he did not act independently or outside formal structures, but instead operated within a delegated mandate. The Commission is currently probing governance failures and alleged irregularities within the TMPD, particularly around the management of security services tied to criminal municipal infrastructure. Phiri, who has been employed by the city of Tshwane since 2008, is accused of bypassing established procurement processes by assigning private security firms to protect key infrastructure sites without proper authorization. However, in his testimony, he firmly rejected claims that he unilaterally distributed contracts or ignored internal controls. He said, "I didn't just wake up and become a rogue inspector," dismissing suggestions that he acted outside the chain of command. The allegations against him were initially raised by TMPD Deputy Commissioner for Training and Innovation, Sean Bolhas, who previously testified that the system used to deploy security services was deeply flawed. Sean served as a caretaker of the Asset Protection and Security Services, APSS, unit between July 24 and March 2025, a unit tasked with safeguarding municipal infrastructure through the use of private security providers. According to Sean, the management of emergency ad hoc security services spiraled out of control, with as many as 43 such deployments active at one stage, costing the city of Tshwane millions of rand. He argued that the process lacked proper oversight and structure, raising serious concerns about accountability. Phiri, however, presented a different version of events. He told the Commission that his role was clearly defined as a coordinator responsible for facilitating and commanding security deployments when instructed. To support his claims, he submitted an email trail, which he said demonstrated that authority had been formally delegated to him. On key emails sent by Director of Assets Chukudu Malachi to his supervisor, Dr. Kebang Matihlaba, explicitly instructed that Phiri be tasked with overseeing the deployment process. He said, please get Phiri to run with the process and let's monitor the progress. Phiri argued that this directive made it clear he was not acting on his own initiative, but executing responsibilities assigned to him by senior management. He further explained that his authority stemmed directly from Malachi, who would issue instructions often via email when departments such as water and sanitation required urgent security interventions. He said, my designation role was akin to a security coordinator for municipal departments experiencing vulnerabilities. He added that his involvement in coordinating ad hoc security services only began in January 2025, distancing himself from earlier decisions that have come under scrutiny. A significant portion of the Commission's inquiry has focused on the controversial involvement of Gopis 85 Solutions, a private firm alleged to have received preferential treatment. The company reportedly secured contracts worth 59 million rand and was allocated 37 infrastructure sites, more than any other service provider involved in the multi-million rand tender. Sean previously told the Commission that he neither approved nor instructed the allocation of the sites to Gopis, nor did he delegate such authority to Phiri. Phiri, however, denied any role in favoring the company. He stated that claims linking him to Gopis' early deployments were incorrect and misleading, and said there were assertions that in May 2024, this company was deployed to a site and that I was involved. That is incorrect. People were shifting the blame to me. He reiterated that his involvement only commenced months later and that decisions regarding Gopis' allocation were made elsewhere. According to Phiri, the company's deployment was driven by the management of the Water and Sanitation Department, acting through their representatives and external consultations, including Sakobela engineering consultants. Phiri also revealed that despite being utilized across multiple sites, Gopis allegedly went unpaid for approximately 7 months, a detail that further complicates the narrative around procurement and contract management within the TMPD. As the Commission continues its work, Phiri's testimony highlights the blurred lines of authority, accountability, and oversight within the Metro Police's security operations, raising broader questions about the governance and financial controls in the city of Tshwane. Co-Commissioner Advocate Sandile Khumalo, SC, also took issue with the deployment letters, stating that Phiri turned what should have been an ad hoc deployment to cover vandalism in December into a permanent appointment to Gopis 85 Solutions, and said, in other words, if River Spice had not terminated those in June, the city would have been charged 17 million rand every month until forever. Khumalo further stated that an ad hoc service by its nature is not permanent. Phiri concurred with Khumalo's assertion, adding that my mistake here is that usually when I write, I say until further notice, meaning the person who requested and is paying will tell us, for example, that from June 30, I don't need this deployment. TMPD Deputy Commissioner for Training and Innovation, River Spice, recently testified that suspended TMPD Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini expressed concerns that the ad hoc security services escalated exponentially in January and February 2025, adding 36 extra sites. According to Spice, Gopis seemed to be the favorite company as it was assigned 37 infrastructure sites to guard across the city, despite site allocation being based on company site or region. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.